What's going on, people? Long time no see. Welcome to another In Motion Football live stream. My name is Alam, and today we're going to kick off our off-season series. We're going to do season previews um, of every single division in the NFL. We are going to go one by one every Sunday night. These are the Sunday night football streams, people, where I know we're out of the habit of this time of our week being about football, but I think that this series is going to be a great chance to get back in the swing of things before NFL comes back and takes over our lives. So we're going to get into every single team. We're starting with the AFC North. I decided to start decide the order based on the compass. We're going to go north, east, south, and then west. We're going to go AFC first and then NFC. So main factor was just starting somewhere where I didn't have to talk about the Patriots or the Eagles because I anticipate a big trade is going to happen. But we're going to kick things off with the AFC North. We're going to go in order of the city name of every team in this division. So this is not a prediction. This is not the order that they're in. And for this series, I kind of want to get away from jumping at who's better than who, what roster is more talented than another. I just want to focus on like really digging into every team as I see it and talking through like the things I expect to go well and to not go well. So we are going to start with Baltimore. Yes, Baltimore is the first team. So I have the depth chart of their offense pulled up here. You're seeing a lot of familiar faces. The way this website does it is that the purple names are rookies, like draft picks. The yellow names are free agent acquisitions. So as you can see, in terms of what they added in free agency, I consider Danny Pinter like depth quality talent. So you're looking mainly at depth with Durham Smythe, Javon Gwynn, and Danny Pinter. I would say they added one starter in John Simpson. And then obviously with their draft picks, they added, I guess you could say, three significant players with Surratt, Lane, and Ione. But a lot of continuity for Baltimore on the offensive side of the ball. The big gap for me is the coaching staff, obviously, right? So Harbaugh's gone, but more importantly, the lead offensive mind is not Todd Monken. It is, what's his name? Declan Doyle. So Declan Doyle was with the Broncos under Sean Payton, I believe, before getting the job with Ben Johnson. So, we're going to have to, before seeing any football, we're going to have to guess what this means. What does a Declan Doyle offense look like? What kind of talent are they looking for? These are things that we don't really know. So I would say that's the big change. Because when you consider their losses, the major loss is Linderbaum. But I think Ione kind of makes up for losing Linderbaum in terms of like going top talent for top talent in the middle of the offensive line. So that's kind of how I see it. They lost Isaiah Likely. I think they drafted somebody. Yeah, they drafted two tight ends. And then Durham Smythe is more of like a blocking tight end. So I don't think he's the likely replacement. But I mean, there's a couple of things going on, and the two of the rookies they drafted could be likely replacements. And then Surratt and Jacoby Lane are bigger receivers. I would say that their frames are pretty different from what Baltimore's receivers typically look like. Rashad Bateman aside, they've preferred like a smaller, shiftier receiver. So you might get some Isaiah Likely type of routes and production from the receivers. So again, it's tough to look at the personnel and really see something to grasp and hold on to that like suggests something will be really different. The big difference is Declan Doyle, and Declan Doyle is a question mark / wild card. So the thing to consider about Baltimore's offense is that we don't actually necessarily know how Declan Doyle's differences from Todd Monken, whatever they may be, how they're going to impact the offense. There's a potential for this to go right or wrong. Like there's a potential he could help or a potential that he could hinder. Something I always talk about with teams is that I don't think consistency is a good thing in the NFL most of the time because NFL teams are great at studying over the summer. And I think that it's pretty often that defensive coaches cook up some pretty great solutions to offenses when they can sit back and look at, and vice versa, but when they sit back over an offseason and really like think about how to counteract offenses. So I kind of believe that evolution is important. You're supposed to grow on what you were last year. Because if you come back as the same thing, my goodness, these coaches will eat your lunch. So I think that that's, again, the Baltimore is the key difference. They do have a key change at the coaching staff, and that could bring about growth and evolution. But besides that, I mean, I think there's a lot of things that are similar outside of the change in skill set at receiver. So yeah, that's something to watch for. Obviously, Derrick Henry is a year older. Mark Andrews is a year older. You're talking about two key players in their 30s. Lamar's health is always going to be a question mark. But yeah, this is a unit that could be better than last year. It could be worse than last year if Declan Doyle is ass. Because Todd Monken is clearly an NFL caliber offensive coach. So that's something we'll have to watch with Baltimore. But again, like, I think it would be foolish to assume that we know what a Declan Doyle offense looks like unless you're really somebody who digs into the tape. So again, with Baltimore's offense, there's upside and there's downside. We'll see how he fares as a coach. On the defensive side of things, the big reason that I'm optimistic about Baltimore's defense is Jesse Minter. So I think the caliber of coaching from Orr to Minter is a pretty serious upgrade. And just simply at that point, I think you can expect better results from this side of the ball. But if you look at the personnel, obviously they're going to get Nnamdi Madubuike back, apparently. They drafted Zion Young in the second round. They have Trey Hendrickson. I don't think they suffered any major losses because I don't think that people would look at last year's Baltimore's defense last year and decide that there's a bunch of pieces that could make a team better. So I don't think they lost a whole lot. What I will say is that, like, I don't necessarily love the personnel at a couple spots here. Like, I think I like Starks and Hamilton a lot, but I think Wiggins could be upgraded on. I think Chidobe Awuzie, it would be fine as like one of the lesser important starters in your secondary, but I don't think he's that player. I don't think Baltimore is a good enough secondary to give him that luxury. And I think Marlon Humphrey's cooked. So, this is a secondary where I ultimately believe in two players in the middle of the field. I do think there's some issues on the perimeter in the secondary. When you look at their front seven, again, there's a little bit of reliance on some young talent developing. Particularly at linebacker, because I think Roquan Smith is past his best days. So you're really going to be looking at players like Trenton Simpson and Buchanan. You're going to be looking to them to as young players to grow and get better. At the edge spot, Trey Hendrickson is the big upgrade, obviously. But you're looking for Mike Green and Zion Young to hopefully take strides forward as pass rushers. And then in the center of things, you got Calais Campbell back, who's going to be good depth. You have Travis Jones and Nnamdi Madubuike. So there is stuff to look at and be happy with. If the front seven develops the way they can, then it looks like it could be a talented front seven. The secondary, I just don't see that potential for growth. You're looking at guys like TJ Tampa, Chandler Rivers. You're looking at some late draft picks that you're hoping play. Actually, I just realized Jalen Hawkins from the Patriots, that's probably a penciled in starter. I don't necessarily know enough about him, but I'm going to trust Jesse Minter that's going to be one of the players. So I guess you can say that the two safeties and this slot corner, Hamilton, are three players you can trust. But the outside corners in Baltimore, I still have questions there. So, but that being said, Jesse Minter, I expect him to get the best out of this unit. I expect the Baltimore defense to be better. So the total summary of how we feel about Baltimore is that expect a better defense, and the offense could be anything. It literally the wild card that is Declan Doyle dictates that the offense could be better or worse than last year. So we'll have to see how that goes. But that is Baltimore. I see my guy Caden is in the chat. What's going on, Caden? Shout out to my guy here, the Falcons fan in this community. Make sure you guys click the link in the chat for his account and go subscribe to his channel as well for Falcons content and kicking content. But that's how we feel about Baltimore. The next team on our list, where are they? The Bengals. So as you can see, literally no free agent signings for the Bengals offense, right? There's no yellow. The the most significant free agent signing they made was third quarterback / assistant coach Josh Johnson. So you can just look at the draft picks as the major additions to this offense, and you're talking about 4th and 6th round picks. So they made depth additions to this offense. Otherwise, this offense is basically running back what they had last year. They're bringing back all 5 starters to the offensive line, which you can feel about that however you want to feel. I don't think that this offensive line is downright garbage the way it has been in some years, but I don't think it's necessarily good enough to just feel content bringing all 5 players back. They have not upgraded this offensive line. The offensive line is okay. And ultimately, I think that's going to be what holds Cincinnati back. But yeah, you look at this offense and there's nothing much to talk about, right? You have the same coaching staff. You have the same players. We saw what we saw when they were healthy, and we know that Joe Burrow can command a high-powered offense when healthy. So the story of the Bengals offense is going to be the same as always. I really don't want to spend too much time on an offense that did nothing but draft depth players. So we know how this story goes. We know, they have Gesicki and Sample at tight end, 2 30-year-old tight ends. We have the 2 dynamic receivers. We have Yoshi and Mitchell Tinsley to be depth. And we know we're getting Chase Brown and Samaje Perine. We've seen this offense before. So again, the offense is supposed to be good, but there is a chance that their inability to run the ball at a high level could impact them come playoff time. And we know that their offensive line could get Joe Burrow killed. That part is easy. When we go to the defense, this is really where like the talk has to be, because I just realized something. Let me see if Al Golden is still the coach. Bengals defensive coordinator. Okay, it's still Al Golden, right? Yes, the Bengals defensive coordinator. So they have continuity at the defensive coordinator spot. The big additions for them are Cassius Howell in the draft, Jonathan Allen and Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence, essentially their first-round pick. Boye Mafe off the edge, Takario Davis at corner, and then Duggar and Brian Cook at safety. So they've made meaningful additions defensively. And while I think they deserve credit for the fact that they at least did things to get better, the reality is that like the floor was just so low for this defense last year that they would have to make additions to just get to a respectable level. Now, the big storyline for the Bengals is obviously that they lost Trey Hendrickson. We know that Boye Mafe is not going to be that caliber of player, but the question is that can he just be within the ballpark of what Trey Hendrickson was, enough to where they can benefit from having Dexter Lawrence in the middle of the defensive line? For people who follow Dexter Lawrence, the issue there is that he had a bit of a down year last year, partially because of injury. So the idea is that if he stays healthy, he'll be the Dexter Lawrence of old. But talking about a premier nose tackle in football, I look at Jonathan Allen as a fairly injury-prone player at this point. He's up over 30. He's kind of bounced around the league a little bit at this point. We know he can be a productive pass rusher when healthy. The question is just how healthy is he going to be? But yeah, I don't look at that as a major addition. I look at the major additions being Brian Cook, Boye Mafe, and Dexter Lawrence. I think they've definitely gotten better with those 3 players. I just think that that's not going to be enough. Cassius Howell should help too. But if you look at the situation he's helping, I don't necessarily think the world of Miles Murphy or Shamar Stewart. And I don't think Boye Mafe is going to have the same production as the other team's best pass rusher versus being a rotational player in Seattle. You're talking about being in Seattle in one of the premier defensive systems in the NFL on a roster with a ton of options where you're not necessarily the focal point. Now you're coming to Cincinnati where they just came off a horrendous season, and he's the guy they're going to be looking at to turn things around. And I think that that's not a good idea. So that is the issue with the Bengals for me, is that the additions they made, like their starting point is so low defensively that the players that they've added are not going to they would have had to add so much to get from dog shit to like great. If anything, they might go from dog shit to like passable, if anything. But that's where we're at with the Bengals. We're gonna have Peter joining soon. So we'll see if he wants to revisit either of those teams. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, bro. I got through Baltimore and Cincinnati. Kind of just looking at the rosters, talking about what I like and don't like, what I expect to go well, and what I don't expect to go well. Want to hop back to Baltimore real quick?
What do you not like about the Ravens?
The main thing I just said was that like we don't know shit about the offensive coach, and I don't like the outside corners. But when we think about the coaching upgrade that is going to be on the defensive side of the ball, I think that's promising. I think their front seven had like got upgraded from a personnel standpoint, and I trust the safeties with Kyle Hamilton and Malachi Starks. So yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, between the coaching and the personnel upgrades. Just the outside corners that I would want to watch. And then on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of continuity. You got the Linderbaum for Ione swap. We just don't know fuck all about the coach. So that's what we're gonna find out over the course of the season.
I mean, I agree. Our corners are old, like as a unit.
Yeah.
Right. Like Wiggins is the only one under 25.
Yep.
26 maybe.
Yeah.
That would like get any minutes because it's a Awuzie, Humphrey, Wiggins, and then I don't even know who else.
Late draft picks beyond that. TJ Tampa and Chandler Rivers, rookie 5th-round pick.
Yeah, I think Tampa played special teams a couple snaps last year. It was like a gunner or something.
Right.
Are you also discussing, like, are we assuming Matabike is going to be healthy?
I think I saw something about the fact that they expect him back. I'm assuming that that's at normal health, but yeah, we're assuming that he's healthy.
I think. I've been saying he was going to be healthy the whole offseason.
So this is the thing is like I think there's meaningful upgrades in the front seven with him coming back with Hendrickson.
Oh, of course.
You got Zion Young, a 2nd-round pick. And then at the linebacker spot, like as Roquan declines, you have 2 young linebackers in Simpson and Buchanan to hopefully like bridge that gap with them getting better. So like if we just kind of assume that we're through decline and incline, like roughly a steady production at linebacker compared to what they had last year, then yeah, the upgrades at edge and the upgrade at defensive tackle, to me, like that's the significant part of their offseason is that they got better in their front seven. They got better at the coaching spot. The question is just going to be, can the corners hold up? But the overall takeaway is that expect a better defense. And then my overall takeaway on the offensive side of the ball was this could be better or worse depending on how good or bad the coach is. The personnel hasn't really changed that much. I think, if anything, like what I find interesting is that I think the 2 receivers they drafted have pretty different skill sets than what traditionally Baltimore has gone for at receiver. So that might be like a bit of an indication for what's going to be different with Declan Doyle. But you just don't know about unproven coaches. So the offense is a bit of a wild card for me, but the defense should be better for sure.
I get that. I mean, I think hot take will be not really a hot take though, but like will be better than last year. Just by virtue of, I just think we'll have better luck health wise. Do I think the offense will be better? Yes, because I think the guard play we get will be better.
It will be for sure.
Our guard play last season was really, really bad. It's part of the reason Lamar got hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, we'll see. I don't really like Bateman still being on the team, but I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did sign an extension, so it's like hard to get rid of him and eat that dead cap.
Yep.
It would be nice if one of those receivers turns into one of the rookies turns into like a solid receiver by the end of the year.
Yep.
But no, I'm not really worried about any of this, man. I think our team's going to be pretty damn good.
Yep. There's definitely there's nothing you can definitively say is going to be like worse than last year. I think that would be a hard point to make. Yeah, so I'm picking as Caden. I'm doing a different division every Sunday night. So for the next 8 weeks on Sunday nights, we're just going to be hanging out talking about a division. That's what we're going to be doing on this channel for the next couple months heading into training camp season. But yeah, that's Baltimore. Generally, we expect Baltimore to be better. And I had just finished up Cincinnati. And like, if you just look at the offense, the way this website works is they put the draft picks in purple and the free agency signings in yellow. And Cincinnati has signed fuck all offensively. So there's really not much to say about them offensively. We've seen this offense before. You all know this offense. And however you felt about it last year and the year before and the year before that, that's what we're going to get more of next year with the same coaching staff and largely the same players. So really the story for
the O-line is exactly the same, right?
Yes, the first time they're bringing back 5 starters from the year before in the Joe Burrow era, which I said is like they're bringing back like an okay line, but it's not like they're bringing back 5 guys because they're a great line. Like this was all right. But there's like it's still something that's probably gonna be an issue. But again, it's been an issue the whole time they've had Burrow. So this is just the Bengals offense is the Bengals offense. We know how this goes.
It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. So then defensively, like the big thing is that like they lost a key player on at edge, replaced him with I guess you could say from a super like all pro for all pro. It's Hendrickson out, Dexter Lawrence in. I don't like the Jonathan Allen signing. He's into his 30s and he's always injured. But the other 2 signings that are important are Boye Mafe from Seattle and Brian Cook from Kansas City. So 2 defensive contributors from good defenses, but like I would say that they're just that. Like they're contributors. They weren't like linchpins in those defenses. Like they got a couple good players, but this defense was so ass last year that I don't think that those upgrades are gonna like have them good all of a sudden. Like this defense may have went from dog shit to passable, but this is not going to be a strength of the team. And saying that they got better isn't necessarily saying all that much. Like I still expect this defense to be like middle of the pack at best. It's the same defensive coordinator from last year. And again, there is a chance that Dexter Lawrence is at the part of his career where he starts to regress, right? Whenever you trade for players in their late 20s, you kind of just never know when someone's going to fall off. So yeah, with the Bengals, expect the same thing offensively as always. Defensively, expect like a small upgrade. Like a decent upgrade, but they just had so much room for improvement that I don't think that that's saying much.
I'm not sure about their secondary at all.
Yep.
I mean, we'll see. You guys kind of know how I feel about the Bengals as like a team, as a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. They scream 9 or 10 win team to me.
Yep.
And that's only because I don't think the Steelers can pull 10 wins out of their ass again.
Right.
I think they'll try, but it might be an 8 or 9 win year for the Steelers.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I do think like their front will be better because last season they weren't getting any pass rush because Hendrickson was hurt for most of the year.
Yeah.
And he was really their only pass rush threat at any of the 4 spots on the line.
Yep.
So I just, by having 2 pretty good like a high-level player, Boye Mafe you'd say is pretty good. I think that will work better than having 1 Trey Hendrickson for them.
Yep. They're obviously hoping for young players to get better because they got 2 first-round picks, Miles Murphy and Shamar Stewart, that haven't really contributed.
Shamar Stewart didn't do shit last year, though.
He did not do shit, and it's not the only first-round pick they have in the defensive end room that hasn't done shit. They added second-round pick Cassius Howell, which is fine. Like they're just definitely hoping for young players to take steps forward, and I don't know if they necessarily have the guys. So
they don't draft defensive players that are like super. I don't know. I just don't see them drafting too many defensive players that go on to have like really good careers for them.
Yep. No, they had like a wave of players. Like there was an off season where they were losing a different player every year, and they just like they've shown clearly that they have not been able to replace those guys. So like they lost a Jesse Bates. They lost to DJ Reader. Like there was a 3-4 year stretch where they were losing all their good defensive players and they just could not replace them for the life of them. So, yeah, this Bengals defense again expected to maybe be not as dusty as it was last year, but they just
how late am I on Cam Taylor-Britt not being on the team anymore?
So he's on the Colts now, with Lou Anarumo, and
did that just happen this year?
Yeah, this just happened a few months ago. Apparently, he had a rough year last year. So yeah, he signed for like 1 year, $5 million. Like it's kind of like a prove it deal.
That means he might be coached.
Yes, so that's the concern. Last year they had I think it was DJ Turner play really, really well, but they also, what's it called? Did they lose someone else? No, I'm not sure. They had Mike Hilton, right?
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah. So they've lost a lot of players, but DJ Turner is the standout for them. Dax Hill, this guy, they drafted him as a safety and then they converted him to corner. And I'm like, you never see it go that way.
I swear that's Justice Hill's cousin or brother. I swear to God.
That's wild.
I swear to God. I swear. No, I'm not even making that up. You can look it up, but they're related for sure.
Related to Justice Hill.
You spelled Justice wrong.
Nah, his it's a weird. Wait, Justin, our brothers? Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy going from safety to corner is crazy. It just doesn't. Usually, it's corner to safety. So, I just think that was kind of like reeking of desperation. And yeah, this defense, I don't expect it to be good. Want to move on to the Browns?
Sure, fuck it.
All right. So the thing about the Browns to me is that, like, if you look at their offensive line, they have a completely new revamped offensive line. The issue is that, like, they pulled some players from some weird fucking situations. Because if you talk to Packers fans, Elton Jenkins, the center, is in his 30s and apparently cooked. Zion Johnson was a guard on the Chargers. Nobody here can tell me that they heard the Chargers.
They were good.
Yes, nobody can tell me that. And then they got the fucking right tackle from the Texans last year, bro. They're all like, they pulled together a weird just scrap of offensive linemen.
We don't know if any of those guys are going to be good.
Yes. So I like Spencer Fennell, the draft pick. That's one guy. And to me, the big issue for the Browns is that, like, I expect their offensive line to be ass. And that's going to ruin some of the other parts of the offense that I think, like, it could maybe help make a quarterback's life a little bit easier, because I like Judkins, I like Fannin. They got two pretty high draft picks in the receiver room with Concepcion and Boston. Now, I don't think Boston's that good, and I think Concepcion is like a slot receiver, kind of a role player. So I think he's a good player, but I don't think he should have been a first-round pick. Like, I don't think they did the best job of drafting receivers, but at the same time, like, I really like Fannin and I really like Judkins.
They signed Tylan Wallace. That's what's up.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm fucked. Maybe they'll get a game-winning punt return at some point.
Fuck yeah, dude. Tylan Wallace, my boy, forever.
But yeah, like, I don't think that they're gonna cash in on whatever they have at their skill position spots, because they don't have the line or the quarterback. Now, yes, you're seeing this right. Deshaun Watson is listed as the starter. Apparently, the quarterback competition is going to be Deshaun Watson against Shedeur Sanders, but I think whoever it is going to be running for their life behind this offensive line. In a perfect world, I think, like, this Browns team would want to rely on Judkins and hope that a high-level ground game could make the quarterback's job easy, but they just don't have the line to play that way. So I don't expect the running game to be effective. I don't expect the passing game to be effective. Like, Todd Monken, I think, is just, the task is too fucking big. But
yeah, trying to do a whole O-line rebuild in an offseason is tough.
Especially at O-line, where, like, you got to pass players off and stuff. Like, there's a lot of, like, chemistry that goes into being a good unit. And I don't even think they got good players. They got new players. I expect that part of their team to be a weakness. And that's just going to, like, to me, even if they had a good offensive line, the point for me would be the quarterback and the receivers. But without a good offensive line, I just expect this to be one of the worst offenses in football. And yeah, obviously they weren't good last year. I just expect it to be a similar kind of story, regardless of who the quarterback is.
You think Deshaun starts week 1?
So the thing is that like because the question is this, right? Because his money is guaranteed, you don't save any money by cutting him. So like if you're gonna roster him, it's the kind of thing of like you may as well give him an honest chance to win the quarterback spot. Because you may as well get something out of the money if you're gonna pay it to him. I literally have no idea if he's better than Shadur or not, because we're talking about what, like a 2-year absence at this point. And in and of itself,
he tore his Achilles November of 24.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen him play for forever.
Yes. And bro, serious injuries. He tore his Achilles a second time during his recovery from the first one. So like,
I completely forgot about that.
Yes, you got two Achilles tear. Deshaun Watson against Shadur Sanders. But yeah, whoever it is, man, I expect them to be running for their lives.
I mean, I hope Deshaun doesn't have to do that, but
right. So yeah, this offense I expect it to be pretty bad. And then
is Dillon Gabriel still on the team?
Yes. So Dillon Gabriel is the quarterback 3 who's going to compete with, I guess, Taylon Green, yet another draft pick.
So now that Stefanski's in Atlanta,
yeah,
and he has other relatively unathletic lefty quarterbacks,
yeah,
and considering Dillon Gabriel went from being starter to like being third string once Stefanski left, like that was a 3rd round pick.
Yep, higher pick.
They could have used that on like something useful. I don't know.
Yep, absolutely. So
that's
yeah,
crazy.
This is offense I just don't expect to be good.
Yeah, it's marginally talented, and like there's no cohesiveness.
Yep.
I could look at the Bengals and Ravens and tell you one thing they're going to be really good at.
Yep.
I can't tell you what the one thing the Browns offense is going to be good at.
Absolutely. And it's different too because, they have a new coach. They have Todd Monken. He hired a pretty like an inexperienced defensive coordinator. So this is not Jim Schwartz's defense anymore. This is some guy named Mike Ruttenberg I think this is his first defensive coordinator job.
Is Jim Schwartz just unemployed?
Yes. So he thought he was getting the head coaching job, didn't get it, and just said, fuck all this. So
I don't blame him.
Jim Schwartz, somewhere, resting up to take another job probably the year after. But if you look at this defense, again, people remember, like, the free agency signings are in yellow. And they basically lost Devin Bush, their starting linebacker, to the Bears and then replaced him with Quincy Williams. You're talking about a pretty lateral move at linebacker. But outside of that, all their moves are depth moves. Even like the draft picks in purple, you got Justin Jefferson, shout out to great names, but a 5th round pick depth linebacker, and then you have a pretty great safety pick. But you're talking about minimal additions to the defense from a personnel standpoint and a downgrade at defensive coordinator, assuming that Ruttenberg is not this great coach. So, I mean, I kind of expect this defense to be worse. I have no reason to believe they're going to be better. Like, they've had Myles Garrett this week.
Yeah.
There's no upgrades. And if you're talking about young players getting better, the one player you could point to is maybe Mason Graham, their 1st round pick from last year. But there's not a ton of young players, right? Tyson Campbell traded from Jacksonville. He's on his 2nd deal. Grant Delpit, that's a 2020.
I mean, you have him and Schlesinger, and that's about it.
That's it. So there's a small room for internal development. But again, you're likely facing a pretty big drop-off in coaching. So I mean, I expect the Browns offense to be horrible, and I expect their defense to be worse than last year. So this is one of the teams I have up there as like serious contenders for a high draft pick.
I'm surprised Denzel Ward is still on the Browns.
I know.
Like, I feel like
Joe Hayden left by now, like in his career.
Yeah, Denzel Ward, guys like Ward and Delpit.
Yep.
I could see them getting dealt midseason.
Yep. Yeah, if the season goes the way it's supposed to go, man.
What week is the trade deadline? Actually, I'm saying this and I can just look it up. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Tuesday, November 3rd. Okay. So that is
like week 8,
week 9. After week 9,
yeah.
Is it? No, that's after week 8. You're right.
Yeah.
What is the point of having a trade deadline after week 8, boys?
I think it used to be earlier. I believe they moved it like within the last 5 years or so.
We got to move that shit again, dog.
Yep.
We got to make the trade deadline like the day before Thanksgiving.
Ooh. That'd be fire.
I just like, so Thanksgiving is typically week 12.
Yeah.
Okay, it's week 11 or week 12. With 7 playoff teams in each conference, I don't think there's enough teams that are out of it
Yeah.
by week 8 to make the NFL trade deadline like a cool enough concept. They suffer from the same thing that baseball kind of does now that there's expanded playoffs.
Yeah.
Like teams don't want to sell with 60 games left when there's a third wild card as much as they used to.
Right.
Yeah, I don't whatever. But yeah, I could see the Browns moving off some pieces if they are actually didn't I give the speech about they could be 4-4 after week 8?
No, I think that was the Jets.
Oh, that was the Jets. I'm looking at the Browns schedule right now. So at Jacksonville and Tampa versus Carolina and Pittsburgh, at the Jets versus the Ravens, at Tennessee and at Pittsburgh. Yeah, they might have like 2 wins, 3 wins by the trade deadline and be down to sell.
Yep. And again, like there is always potential that Todd Monken has not got a coaching job at this point for a reason. Like if he also just isn't a good coach, that makes all of this worse.
Yep.
So yeah, I expect the Browns to be sellers. I'm contenders for a pretty high draft pick. That leaves us with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are the last team in alphabetical order by city name. Pittsburgh defense still old. If you look at their offense, some high draft picks went towards the offensive line. They got a tackle and a guard. They're both supposed to be good players. They got Jeremy Bernard from Alabama at receiver. Michael Pittman in a trade with the Colts. They swapped out Kenny Gainwell for Rico Dowdle at running back. So that, like, I think that's largely like a lateral move considering how well Gainwell played for them last year. Like, if anything, a downgrade. But yeah, I mean, it's just tough to imagine this offense being a whole lot different because let's say you love the idea of pairing Michael Pittman with DK Metcalf. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback to take advantage of 2 receivers to the fullest, right? Like, I think there's a cap on what the passing game could be because of the 40-year-old quarterback. And I think like you are probably close to the ceiling with just DK Metcalf, and now you're about to hit the ceiling with Pittman and Metcalf, but the ceiling just isn't that high. I think if they wanted to be a great offense with Aaron Rodgers, that would have to be predicated on being an elite rushing team, and they're just not built to be that team with Jalen Warren, Rico Dowdle, and
they don't have the running backs to do that.
Or the offensive line even at this point, right? Like you could say that you like some of their players, but if you look at their offensive line, you're talking about 3 players drafted in 2024 and then probably 2 players drafted in 2026. This is a really young offensive line, and that's a position that's like usually a slow developing position. These guys have to like grow into like grown men bodies and master their techniques. So you're talking about a young offensive line, albeit like I would say a pretty highly rated young offensive line, but a young offensive line nonetheless, and 2 running backs that I would say are both meant to be like the complementary back. Yeah, good players, but it's not built to be the running game it has to be. They still have Darnell Washington and Pat Freiermuth. They traded Jonnu Smith, but yeah, I mean, again, I just think that like you might see a small uptick in the passing game because of Pittman, but Kenny Gainwell played awesome for them last year, and We more or less know how this offensive line, how this rushing game is gonna look. I think the small potential for them to be like better is if these young offensive linemen really like make strides and become like great players. But I think the chances of that are pretty small. But besides that, like we saw this offense. I think what did you say? 8-9, 9-8.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like that kind of an offense. That's what they were more or less last year, and you can expect more of the same next year.
Let me look at the Steelers schedule. Versus the Falcons, at New England, home against Cincy, at Cleveland. That's a Thursday night game. That'll be funny. Home against the Colts, at Tampa. In Europe against the Saints, home against the Browns. They have a bye week, at Cincinnati, at Philly, versus Denver, versus Houston, at Jacksonville, versus Baltimore, versus Carolina, at Tennessee, and at Baltimore, week 18.
Yeah.
We don't play the Steelers till December 20th. What kind of bullshit is that? Their like after bye schedule is insane until they have to play Carolina.
Yeah.
At Bengals, at Philly, at home against Denver and Houston, at Jacksonville, and home against Baltimore.
Jeez.
All in a 6-week schedule after the yeah, that's kind of rough. That sucks for them. I do like how symmetrical a week 9 bye makes the schedule, though. That's kind of nice.
Aesthetically
happy for them. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. 9 wins. Do I want to say that?
Yeah, and like we talked about how it's hard to imagine their offense being all that different. The defense, if you think about things, like there's 2 main additions here in the secondary, and those are like NFL standard players, and Jaquan Brisker from the Bears, and Jamel Dean from the Bucks. But besides that, we've seen this defense before, and like the linchpins in this defense are older players, right? You got the way this website works. If a player's name is in all caps, that means they're 30 plus, right? So Cameron Hayward, TJ Watt, still 30 plus players who are a year older. The linebackers are still Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. Jalen Ramsey is still in the secondary. So, yeah, I mean, slight upgrades in the secondary, but largely the same defense. Who's their defensive coordinator under Mike McCarthy? Because that's, I guess, like you could say the biggest change is the coaching change. Steelers defensive coordinator. Patrick Graham from the Giants. Fair enough. Just in the nick of time, we have a Steelers fan to join. Shout out to King.
I don't even.
Hey, I low-key forgot about all this.
Oh, you're good, bro. Don't worry. What's that, Peter?
I have never heard of this guy, but I like how they replaced the light skin dude with the beanie with another black guy.
Bro, hold on. It doesn't say his coaching. Yo, this guy has been a coach of the Raiders. Oh, wait. It says Patrick Graham. That's a whole different person than Terrell Austin. This was the defensive coordinator before, I think. Yeah, okay, cool. Ain't no way. All right, this guy. Yeah, so you're talking about 3 years with the Raiders, and then before that 2 years on the Giants, and then before that 1 year coaching the Dolphins. Like, when is the last time you guys heard of those 3 organizations, Raiders, Giants, and Dolphins, having great defenses? Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be a coaching upgrade over what they had last year. But I think McCarthy might be a better coach than who did they have running their offense last year, King?
Well, it was Arthur Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they got better offensively from a coaching standpoint, but like defensively, again, you're still held down by older players. What's going on, Caden?
What's up, my fellow millennials?
Oh, hell yeah.
You are 15.
I was like, bro, you are the youngest out of all of us.
Don't even talk, bro. Leave me alone.
Wait, Alum.
What's up?
Did you see my comment?
You get to meet Tom Grassi June 12th at a fan event because he's doing a 30-30 charity. Yo, tell him I said thank you for the raid.
I will.
Who's
Appreciate
Tom Grossi?
some NFL YouTuber that the NFL like
A
invites.
big actress YouTuber, and basically the reason why a lot of us are here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he randomly rated me during like Jaden McDaniels against Joe Burrow on Monday Night Football.
Hey man, they got KD, we got Jaden McDaniels.
Oh shit, Jaden Daniels, damn. Jaden McDaniels may have actually snatched his chain in terms of like my
We
fandom.
got KD, we got Jaden McDaniels. Bro.
Legend.
That's such a funny quote.
Yo, fucking age like fine wine too. But yeah, I mean, shit with Pittsburgh, man. Like, again, there's a chance that they're a little bit better offensively. I think there's a chance they're a little bit worse defensively, but it evens out to being like roughly in the same spot, which I think King is probably upset with. But you know, if they
But hey, we're just gonna see what happens this year.
Fuck it, dog.
yo,
You never know.
I think it'd be really funny if we see some Drew Aller at some point. I just realized
There's no reason to do that.
that
I
would be
cannot see Aaron Rodgers getting benched in his swan song season for Drew Aller, dude.
oh, there's no way they're ever gonna bench Aaron Rodgers, especially Mike McCarthy. But like in the event that an injury happens, like the thing is, right? I don't think they're gonna roster 4 quarterbacks, so I think they're gonna get rid of one of Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. If they keep Will Howard,
It's gonna be Mason.
That means there's nothing to protect Mason Rudolph from Myles Garrett.
Damn.
That's all that means.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just realized we got through the last 4 teams. We're all here. I have a little bit more time. Let me see if the season predictor is up.
Let's fucking do it, boys.
Nah, here's the thing. I'm down to do these 4 teams. I'm not trying to do the whole season.
I hear it.
Yeah.
The season predictor. Hold on.
It's the playoff predictor.
No. It says 25, 2026. Yo, the schedule is out, dog. The schedule is out.
You gotta go to the 3 lines.
This is woke nonsense.
Or go to football NFL 2026.
Oh,
season.
We're alive. Get these 3 lines.
Oh my god, he knew how to do this. He's a nerd.
You guys are welcome that you have a younger generation person.
Yo, we got a child.
Younger generation person, brother. You are Gen. Are you even Gen Alpha? Is that what
I'm
this
Gen
is?
Z. Gen Z.
Okay.
Okay.
I turned 16 in 2 months. So.
Ravens.
You know, I'm like twice your age, dead ass.
Holy shit.
I turned 30 last week. Ravens Colts. I don't believe Daniel Jones can walk, so we better win.
I have the Ravens winning.
Nice.
All right. Ravens Saints.
I got the Ravens.
Well, it's the Saints.
The Ravens.
Hey, look, Tyler Shuff, decent, but give us that.
Screw the Saints.
Bro, okay, hold on. Baltimore, Dallas in Brazil.
I think they played week 3 last year, around this week 3.
Yeah, we were 0-2. They were 0-2. It was an 0-2 bowl. No, that was 2 years ago.
No,
it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago, bro. Derrick Henry ran for like 200 yards.
Oh, yeah.
It was last year. It was last season, literally.
No, I don't think that an AFC and
NFC. Why are you doing this to me?
Because I remember watching it.
That's not a good enough reason.
I don't think that was last season, though. It was 2 years ago.
Dude,
we lost to Detroit in week 3 last season, bitch. It was 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, we played the Chiefs. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Derrick Henry had 151 yards and then had 200 yards the very next week.
Damn.
The good old days.
But shit, in Brazil, I'm trying to think what roster I think would be more thrown off by being in Brazil. The Cowboys strike me as the team that would be thrown off.
I think I picked the Ravens to win. If I was you guys, I'd pick the Ravens.
Let's just pick the Cowboys.
All right. Ravens over Titans.
Yes.
Usually that's the Ravens because I'm picking the Ravens against Caden's bitch ass team. That's why.
Okay, beating the Browns,
Yes.
Yes.
beating the Bengals.
I have them splitting with the Bengals.
Oh, every time I see
Sure.
Ravens Bengals, it's a high scoring game, but I think the Ravens always
There's a
win.
75% chance we're not seeing Lamar against Burrow in this matchup.
That's true.
That is so true.
So off principle, just off like how the universe works, I'm calling a split between those two teams because I just think
I'm
somebody's
cool with that.
missing a quarterback. So we'll go home and
I'm
home.
cool with that.
Ravens, Bills.
Bills win off some
Bills.
nonsense. We turned it over like 7 times.
Jags on Thursday Night Football.
Ravens.
Damn, what could have been a horrible but isn't on Monday
Is no longer a horrible for the
No
following reason.
longer.
It's no longer horrible.
We'll give it to the Chargers. We can
Okay,
lose some games.
Ravens, Panthers.
We cannot lose to Bryce Young. That cannot happen. That would be bad for the brand.
Ravens Texans.
Yo, the Christmas rematch.
The Christmas rematch.
They beat the dog shit out of us last year, but it was Cooper Rush, so I think we got him.
All right, fair enough. Tampa
Ravens Bucks.
in the late part of the season. Tampa coming to play in a cold weather setting.
Ravens win.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah.
it.
All right, 4 divisional games to close out the year.
I have the
Okay.
Ravens splitting with the
We
Steelers.
lose the
That was-
first one to the
That we're
Steelers.
splitting, yes.
Lose to Cincy.
Okay, and then beat the
Yeah.
Browns. Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I think
ladies
that's
and
13
gentlemen,
wins.
your Baltimore
12 and
Ravens
5.
are 12-5.
That's not even. That's fine. Okay, we'll take that.
Yay.
All right, next team,
If you offered me that right now, I would take it.
Cincinnati Bengals. So we got this split already. Week 1 against Tampa Bay, while things are fine health-wise for Cincinnati.
I just
Bro,
want to say,
it's week 1 Cincy though. Give me Tampa.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
Cincy,
that's right.
Cincy
Cincy
They
definitely
always
lost, to
loses
started
week 1.
going too.
They lost to Jacoby Brissett Patriots at home.
They
Yo,
always lose
bro,
week 1.
do you know what this Texans defensive line is going to do to Joe Burrow?
Oh man.
Unspeakable things.
Hold on, chat. Hold on. We might be cooking up an 0-4 since you start. Walk with me.
I feel like we can start out 0-4 and just get them on a heater. That's kind of what they do as a team.
Yes.
But like, if we're actually being serious, if they're gonna win one of these 4 games pretty convincingly, it's gonna be week 1 against the Bucks.
You know,
But
what?
I heard a
it's
rumor
week
that,
1 Cincy though.
yeah, I heard a rumor.
I understand that, but like the Steelers, Cincy going there, I could just absolutely see them losing that game in week 3. Like Rodgers' body will still work.
I mean,
So,
you never know.
So
They
if
could
you want to
beat
swap
Jacksonville.
Steelers for Bucks, I'll take that then.
Okay, do you guys want to do this since he starts
Yes.
1-0 and then drops 3 games? Okay,
No.
I'll give them
Yes.
the game over the Dolphins. We already have an L here. I
have them beating the Titans and then losing to the Falcons.
Falcons.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, Falcons get them in Spain
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yes.
Bernabeu Stadium.
Yep.
Okay, do we had them losing to Pittsburgh? Do you want to give them the win here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Monday night against Jaden Daniels or at
The rematch of 2 years ago.
Jay McDaniels.
Do we actually believe in the Commanders at
No.
all?
No, I don't believe in the Commanders.
Okay, so Cincy?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cincy hosting Tyler, Shuck, and whatever ETN they have.
Bengals win.
That's probably a Bengals win.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably the Bengals. Yeah.
Here's where the winning streak ends. Week 13, it will be cold.
Hey, we'll give the Browns that W somehow, some way. Battle of Ohio.
Chiefs.
Chiefs want to get Mahomes is
Just
rolling
give
it
them
by this point, I think.
Give the
Yes.
Chiefs the win.
Okay. Carolina Panthers usually sneaks somebody every single year. I think they get the Bengals here.
So we
Between
have
the four
three-game
AFC North teams, it probably
three-game
would be the Bengals.
3-game losing streak in the money part of the season. I'm down.
Because I mean, we have them winning the last 2 games, which would be very Bengals-ish. But we picking the Colts here?
Yeah.
Nah, let's take the Bengals.
Okay, 3-game winning streak. Your Cincinnati Bengals are 9-8. That feels right.
Zach Taylor special, baby. They get eliminated and then go on the heater.
Okay. Pittsburgh Steelers, King, man, we'll let you lead the way. Week 1 against Caden's Falcons.
Yo, Kaden, get ready to learn TJ Watt because this is probably the healthiest he's going to be.
I what's funny is I picked the Steelers to
Hey,
be up.
like, yeah, remember 2 years ago? Just replay that.
So TJ Watt against Jawan Taylor. When Jawan Taylor gets 7 false starts in this game, right? That's just gonna be the end of things. Week 2 hosting AJ Brown's Patriots.
In every universe, we always find a way to. Actually, funny enough, besides last year, we find a way to lose to the Patriots.
To lose to the Patriots. All right, we're giving the
Yeah.
Patriots this W. All right. Okay, week 4 against the Browns on Thursday Night Football. Why would they do this to us?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Why would they do this? This is a classic Thursday night game, dude.
I made it.
Don't you remember the time when it snowed and Jameis threw for like 300 yards or whatever?
Yo, so I'm saying though, give that to me in week 13 or 14 or like snow weather. This is prime.
Hey, bro, we're trucking in snow on October 1st. Don't even trip.
That is nasty stuff.
I got us.
Yo, hold on though, King. Don't the Steelers always lose in Cleveland though?
In Cleveland, funny enough, yes. Unfortunately, yes.
On a
They
short
lost 2
week-
years ago. They lost last year to set up week 18, and then fucking our Tyler DeLupe missed a field goal, and it is what it is. But
Okay,
yeah.
so we're gonna give the Browns this one. Week 5. Can Daniel Jones walk yet?
No.
No.
Well, even
That's
even
literally
if he
last
can,
year proved it.
even if he can, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Okay. Tampa against Pittsburgh. This is a normal Sunday.
Yeah, give Pittsburgh the win.
Pittsburgh needs the win.
Okay.
Yeah, Pittsburgh does. We need this one.
Pittsburgh against New Orleans at the Stade de France in Paris. Does New Orleans get like a spiritual home field advantage because they're French adjacent?
No.
Okay. Steelers get the W then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I do not like the Saints, so give the Steelers the win.
I mean, I hear
Okay.
it. They cannot lose at home to Cleveland.
Yeah,
Steelers-
well, we're going to beat
Steelers-
Cleveland. Did we lose? We're about to lose like 3 straight then.
Hold
The
on.
Battle
Hey,
of
bro, it's
Pennsylvania.
darkness.
Take
It's
Philly,
darkness.
Denver. Oh my
They beat
yo,
Houston.
hold on.
Yeah,
Hold-
we
hold
talked
on,
about this.
Yo, okay, let's say Cincy, like we have the Bengals winning this matchup. Maybe this ends up being an easy matchup because you never know when Burrow's healthy or not. Philly, Denver, Houston is nasty.
We talked about this. I brought this up when I first came on the stream. I was like, I'm pretty sure their schedule after their bye is satanic.
Yeah, that's the point. We got an end game. It's literally
They
like
have those
2 years
3 games.
ago.
Alam, they have those 3 games. Then they have Monday Night Football at Jacksonville, and they play the Ravens.
Okay, and I don't mind giving them the Jacksonville game because I could see Jacksonville coming back down to earth.
I would rather have Jacksonville win and give them the Carolina game.
You guys want to do that?
Yes.
King, what do you think?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, Tennessee. We already have Baltimore winning the other side of the split.
I think they beat Tennessee. Yes.
Okay, your Pittsburgh Steelers are 9-8. This feels right. Okay, Cleveland Browns guys.
Why the Cleveland Browns?
Cleveland Browns find a win challenge. I lied. We gave them 2 already.
Yeah, we gave them 2 division wins because we respect them.
Okay, Jaguars
losses.
week 1.
3 losses right there.
They're not winning.
They're not being the
They
Giants.
might beat Carolina, but nah, probably not.
Okay, so they get their first win against Pittsburgh. Ooh, Jets.
Beat the Jets.
Jets, because
Jets.
I got the Jets.
when
I
we
have
get to
them
the
beating
end,
the Jets.
when we get to the AFC East prediction, we're gonna have a conversation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to have conversations.
But the Jets,
Jets W.
I think they'll beat the Titans.
Yep.
Ooh,
I
okay.
think they'll beat the Titans.
All right, I'll
They'll
be
beat the
honest.
Saints.
I think that's enough wins. I think we got to do all L's from this
Yeah.
point onwards.
I don't agree,
We'll let
brother.
the
I think
Saints
they got
win.
the Raiders
Saints
too.
win.
They got the Raiders. Never mind. Okay, hold on. So are we good with Saints and Texans?
Yeah, we're
I
good
guess
with
so,
them
yeah.
losing to the
Yes.
actual teams that are trying to win, but I think they'll win that Raiders game.
Okay.
They'll lose to us. Well, actually, you never know. We
I
lost
think
to
they'll
the Jets
beat
last
Indy in
year.
Week 17 as well.
Yo, this is a fucking lot of wins for this roster, man. Hold on. So what are we saying? What are we saying about these last three teams? Like Harbaugh just out of
The Falcons are trying to win football, so the Falcons will beat them.
Yes, I think the Falcons
could
are
just
winning.
and then
Mhm.
Harbaugh beats him from just muscle memory, right?
Harbaugh beats them because Harbaugh also like needs to win to like save his rep.
Okay.
Yes.
Colts
You know
win.
what? Here's the thing. I'm okay with calling that the Colts just fall apart as a team. Like that to me is completely reasonable. So
How many wins do they have right now?
fucking 4. You know what? We can give them this week.
Yeah, come on, Brett. 5 wins is not too much. That's like what they did last year almost.
Mhm.
All right. So Cleveland Browns in this situation, the division is 12-5, 5-12 at the bottom, and then basically 500. This shit is like one result off from being like a perfect flip. This
Hell yeah.
this division almost is a 500 division, one result away.
Hey man, we're real hoops in this division.
But
It's
yeah,
honest work.
that's the story of the AFC North. That's fucking hilarious. I think we
Can we go back to the Bengals schedule? I
Let's-
feel like we might have been too harsh.
Mhm.
Were we?
okay.
Can we scroll up?
The L's: Carolina, Kansas City, Cleveland, Atlanta, Baltimore.
Jags, Steelers, Texans.
Okay,
Rob,
give
yeah.
them the Carolina game down at the bottom.
We could give them one more if we really.
Give them
Yeah.
the Carolina game down at the bottom. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is their heartwarming let's get it together streak after starting like 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think I would love for the Bengals to go 10 and 7 and then miss out on the playoffs on like a stupid tiebreaker. That would be fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Bro, 10 and 7, I think like it depends if the conference is strong or not, but 10 and 7 definitely can miss out on the playoffs.
For sure. I mean, look at the AFC West. You have like 3 teams in there that should be pretty good.
Like just eyeballing things, like
And if the Jags don't regress a ton,
yeah.
assuming Houston's defense is still the same, which I don't see why it would be much different. You have a wild card contender out of the South, and then you have the Bills and the Patriots right there.
Yo, big up Jez. Jez tapped in to just say I'm suffering.
Hey, big up, Jez. It's all good, man. It's Chet's fault. We're good. We moved.
Mhm.
But yeah, you have 2 wild card contenders in the West. You have 1 in the South.
Hold on, guys. Based on the results of what we did there, we have some records, bro. We got the Titans and Colts 0-4 in their matchups against that division, and the Texans and Jags 3-1.
That
Mm.
doesn't seem unreasonable to me,
Yeah,
though.
Titans getting swept by a division is fair. Colts getting swept again. The thing is, bro, it really feels like the GM, the coach.
Can you go to the Colts schedule real quick? Because I feel like. Okay, so they lost an away game against the Browns. They're home week 1 against the Ravens.
Hold up. Ravens, Chiefs, Texas. It's a nasty 3-game schedule.
Yo, then
They're not going to be good, bruh.
Then they have to go to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to
So,
play.
Alam, the point is, their home games in the division are, I want to say, Bengals and Baltimore week 1.
Yeah.
The away games are the Steelers, and that Browns game is going to be in the most satanic wind and rain you've ever seen.
Of course, yeah.
Like, when you play teams matters.
Oh, yeah.
Titans are just not good. Like, until they prove they might be good, I don't feel like I would want to go out of my way to pick them in any games.
This is the tough thing about Tennessee is that everybody just assumes that Robert Saleh's results were because of the Jets, and we just don't know whether that's the case or not. So, like, I'm not ready to give him the goodwill that some other people are giving him. Like, maybe he was a part of that shit.
They might be because of the Jets. but they could also like the Titans could also just be the Jets.
Yes, that's actually a great point. Like, it's not like he went to the Ravens or something.
It could be not your fault, really, in two different spots, but if the exact same thing happens, people aren't going to care.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously we're gonna get around to this division and give them their own spotlight. But like, I think Dayball as an offensive coordinator is solid, but they gave Cam Ward some fucking bullshit to work with, man. Wan'Dale Robinson, $20 million a year. We will never forget the fact that Brian Dayball got another job and put all his homies from the Giants on. Like that is something.
He brought over all his homies from the team he got fired from. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bellinger too. But yeah, people, we ran through the AFC North. Next Sunday night, we'll do the NFC North, and it'll be more or less the same format. We'll go through every team, then we'll predict the division. We'll slowly piece together a season prediction by doing all of this. But yeah, this is how, the Sunday nights are going to go for the next couple months. Again, football is not back, but when it is, Sunday nights are usually when we stream. So we're getting into that habit a few months early. So we'll see you guys next week. NFC North next week. And yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we're out.